welcome back to the Hollywood Actors Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry. Today we just have some agent quick bite tidbits. Don't settle for agents or managers that do nothing. You would be so surprised how many times an actor will sign with an agent or manager and then they just kind of forget about them and nothing happens. Don't settle. Find out if they're doing their job. How do you do that? Call them and ask them. Be like, hey, listen, so what are we doing lately for my career? What's been happening? They're not going to drop you because you ask a question like that. If they're worth their weight in salt or gold or, well, we're off the gold standard, whatever we're measuring things in these days, interest rates, then they're going to respect you for asking that question. They're going to know that you're motivated and that you're serious. One thing you can do is ask for your submission report. What is that? It is a report that comes from Actors Access of every audition and casting director you were submitted to. So ask for your submission report for the past year or however long you've been signed with them to see, if they are submitting. And if they are submitting, be like, well, submitting's not working, so what else can we do? It is important to find your niche and to know what sells in your business and to know how to sell yourself. Keanu Reeves sells the same thing all the time. We love Keanu Reeves. We watch Keanu to be Keanu. The same thing with Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep plays a lot of different roles, but she's selling the same thing all the time. There is a Merylness to all of Meryl's roles that we want. Figure out what that is for you. Sometimes you can do it by being like, I'm a cross between Angelina Jolie and Amy Schumer. I'm not sure how that works, but maybe that works for you. Like, figure out who you're a cross between so that if you're trying to describe yourself to an agent or a casting director or producer in a heartbeat, they'll get the idea really, really fast. Because if you can't sell yourself to an agent, how can they sell you? Let me say that again. If you cannot sell yourself to an agent, how is an agent supposed to be able to sell you? If you don't know what to say to pitch yourself to a casting director, how is an agent supposed to pitch you to a casting director? I literally write out when I'm signing with a new agent or a manager how I would pitch myself on specific roles, or not roles, but that's too much work. Specific shows that I am targeting. So if I was targeting, for instance, if Big Bang Theory was still on the air, I would figure out what makes it unique. What's unique about me? What would I bring to that show? And I write it out for them. I make it quick, only like 3 to 5 sentences at most. And I'm like, hey, listen, I really want to be on the show. If any roles come up, please pitch me. This is an idea of how you could do that. It's doing the work, and I get it. But you want to get to the point where you're starting to get those guest stars on your resume, and there's going to come to a point that you guys are going to be sending me your resumes, and you're going to have a couple guest stars on there, and you're going to have more than 4 co-stars, and I'm going to tell you no more than 4 co-stars on your resume at once if you've got more credits on there, and you're going to lose your mind, but that is how we move you forward. Always have your agent ask for more money when you start booking. This does not go for my new actors out there. This goes for my little darlings out there. I know a couple of you because we talk all the time. You've got some great co-stars and guest stars on your resume, but you keep accepting scale so that when, I'm not even sure what scale is right now because it just changed. It's like, let's just pretend scale for a day is $1,300. I should have looked it up. I say that on every podcast. I should have looked it up, but let's say it's $1,300. Just tell your agent, be like, listen, tell them my quote is $1,350. They're not going to not book you for an extra $50, but you will start to be able to build up what is called your quote every time you do book something so that your quote can go up a little bit by a little bit. And a lot of actors will make this mistake like, my quote's no longer $1,300, it's $1,800. And now they're going to roll their eyes because, after a couple of days, they can hire another actor. And that's not what you want to do. You want to just like eke it up there until you have such a good resume that you can be asking for things like double scale. Now, a good manager will actually get you an agent. So if you have a manager and no agent, and that manager is not trying to help you get an agent, I really would consider sitting down and talking with that manager about why. And if you listen to last week's podcast about lying and learning how to spot if somebody's telling you the truth or not, maybe go back and really get good at that first and then sit down and have a face-to-face with them and see why it is that they're not trying to help you get an agent, because it doesn't cut into their money and it's another person working for both of you for them to get commission as well. So that's it. Just a little agent tidbits this week. If you need any help with scenes or auditions, go on weaudition.com. Use promo code HAG25, HAG25 for 25% off your lifetime membership. And you've got readers on demand 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime you need an audition. How great is that? That's it. That's all I have for you this week. Break a leg out there, and remember, you are not alone.